everybody. It's Jack Hurley, the Superintendent of Schools, for another edition of Word from the Superintendent as we are entered into the month of November, heading towards the second quarter of the school year. The year seems to be going by very rapidly, which always is the case when students and faculty and staff and the community is engaged. And we certainly have been engaged in lots of activities, both inside and outside the classroom. It has been a great start to the school year. Many of our new initiatives, the Chromebooks that we have now throughout the district in a one-to-one setting, the Bulldog Academy, our 18 to 21-year-old program, are those initiatives that are brand new this year really are off to a great start. But so are all the changes that we made last year that are growing and prospering and just expanding and being enhanced. There's so many things going on co-curricularly through the curriculum that I encourage you, if you're on the web right now watching this video, take a look at the calendar for your son or daughter's school at the district and get involved in activities. At the high school, our athletic season was extremely successful and is still continuing as we speak, with teams advancing into the state tournament and league championship play. At the elementary schools, our STEM classes, our computer classes, our digital literacy classes are hosting nights of displaying of their projects and their plans and designs for future projects. In our middle school and our Pierpont school, so much is going on with technology and academics and the arts. For example, we were visited by Google that came into Pierpont to work with our STEM classes on a new type of virtual reality project that they're developing, where students can take virtual field trips of the solar system, the Earth, other planets, historical moments, and almost like a phone on the end of a selfie stick, where you could hold it up and you could walk through the room and see as though you're walking through the galaxy. So many exciting things are happening in the district. Too many to mention in a short video, but I encourage you, get involved with your school, check out the website, talk to your students, teachers, and administrators, and hopefully you can partner with us as we move forward. A couple of reminders, which I know that you're probably aware of the calendar, and again, I'm never certain of when you might be viewing this, but school is closed for students on 11/7, November 7th, that is Election Day. Also closed on November 9th and November 10th, which is the annual NJEA convention for teachers and staff, and we close school those 2 days. We also have a one-session day for pre-K to 6 on November the 16th, and we have a no school for pre-K to 6 on November the 17th. Those are days that teacher-parent conferences are scheduled. So once again, if your child's in those grade levels or in those buildings, you will be getting notification or have already gotten it from the school administration. We are looking in the month of November ahead to the Thanksgiving holiday, and we have a one-session day on November 22nd, which is Wednesday, and that's followed, of course, by Thanksgiving Day and the day after Thanksgiving, Friday, when school will be closed. And again, I know often these are traditional days that we have off, and you probably don't need to be reminded, but I wanted to just draw attention to the fact that we are nearing those days. I also want to welcome to the Board of Education someone who's appointed and will be sworn in this month, Dr. Sergio Alati. Dr. Alati is known to many of you. He was involved as an REF member and president for a while, and Dr. Alati will be serving a one-year term, replacing Mr. Keith Chu, who resigned from the board earlier this year. I also would like to talk to you a little bit about the facility projects that we've been addressing. I want to encourage everyone to, you're here on the website, you're watching this video, scroll down or slide over or whatever type of device you're looking at. And if you haven't taken a look at the presentation that I did on September 25th, which was last month's superintendent, I'm sorry, a bit long day, superintendent's message. It's still up here on the web. You could find it. It's long, over an hour and a half. It does have lots of information about plans that are being considered by the board, by the district, by the community to improve our schools, to improve our facilities going forward. We're still in a planning stage. We are moving forward with those plans, diving a little deeper, finding out more information in terms of feasibility, in terms of cost, in terms of impact. It's important that you are aware of what we're thinking about, what we're looking into, and if you have a comment, or if you have a question, or if you have a concern, you could come to a board meeting, or you could email the email address that's listed in the presentation and the accompanying PowerPoint, which is the facilities@rutherfordschools.org. And that email will be read, and if appropriate, to answer directly, will be answered directly. If it's more of a general type of question, it'll be considered by all the parties who are taking a look at all the plans, and eventually will be up in a frequently asked question format to be responded to. We need your input. We welcome it, and we need your partnership as we move forward. Community groups have studied, a long-term strategic planning committee studied and found the need to address certain issues in the present and in the future with our facilities. We are looking at how to address those issues, and we want the community's input. So I encourage you to look at that video. It is, like I said, an hour and a half or plus. You can watch it in chunks, but it's important to be informed. Also, at the board meeting of October the 23rd, there was a rather lengthy discussion towards the end of the board meeting. And again, a long board meeting. That night we did the Board of Education Scholastic Awards. It was one of our longer meetings. But if you don't want to watch the whole thing and you move forward about maybe halfway through it, you'll see a rather long discussion about the next steps in studying the facility proposal, the next steps that the board will take, the community will take, and a discussion about some of the items that are being considered. It's important as we go forward that we hear your thoughts, we hear your support, we hear your trepidations. It's important that you are informed. As bits and pieces of information come out, okay, or as people hear something and then retell it, sometimes information can be misspoken, or there could be some misinformation. The two areas on the video on the web that I talked to you about are accurate, detailed information. If you have questions and you send them to the facilities email address, you'll get accurate, detailed information and answers. That's what we need to do. We need to have people be informed of what the facts are, what the considerations are, what we're thinking about doing, what we can do, what we can't do, so that we make an informed and unified decision. So again, please take the time to attend some meetings, watch the videos, read information that will be forthcoming, so that whatever decision ultimately gets made by the board, and then after the board, ultimately by the community, is one that's based on the understanding of our wants, our needs, our reality, and our future. I wish all of you a very happy Thanksgiving and a good month as we move into fall and as we move deeper into the school year. Report cards and progress reports and the like will be coming out in some of our buildings and programs this month. Use that as a time to realize that this is just one quarter. This is one quarter of the way to assess the progress your child's making, to assess and maybe meet with teachers if needed or guidance counselors if needed to chart a path for success for your son or daughter. Good luck. Thanks for your cooperation. And until next time, this is Jack Hurley, Superintendent of Schools.